Guys!
How is a person not supposed to go see a fucking psych? Psych doctor's an hour long. So what, you can't fit a...
Devin, we're not listening to their bullshit. You can. I'm not responding to it. I'm getting ready to get my conversation started. We are talking about pros and cons of legalization of marijuana. Okay. I got you. Give me 1 second to take him back his coffee, guys. Move. You're not welcome. Thank you, Lex. I really like how it turned out, too. We're going to do 2 topics of conversation this morning, guys. So we're going to start with cannabis, and then we're going to go into body dysmorphia. So today I want to speak honestly and critically about the legalization of marijuana, with Colorado versus a completely illegal state as comparison, guys. Just a second. What benefits it can bring, what risks it pose, and to sharpen that analysis by contrasting a state where it's fully legal, Colorado, with a state where cannabis remains entirely illegal, no medical, no recreational. Through that comparison, we can see how the trade-offs play in practice. The baseline. Fully illegal state. What life looks like under prohibition. And for those of you who don't remember, we had a lot of liquor prohibitions back in the day that really screwed some shit up. And now we have a bunch of alcoholics, so. First, let's imagine or pick a U.S. state that maintains a strict prohibition. No medical program, no legalization, no recreational cannabis. What state do you guys know that does not have any form of medical cannabis at all? Can y'all think of one? Leave your brother alone. He's entertaining himself. Texas actually has a limited medical program. Wisconsin, I believe it still does remain fully illegal. Let me... Morning, Miss Ruth. How are you? I hope you're good. Give me just a second. Does Wisconsin have a medical marijuana program? No. So you're right, okay? Let's think of Wisconsin. Okay? All cannabis production, sale, possession are criminal or civil offenses. There's no regulated legal market, no taxation or oversight. Enforcement is the only level for control. Arrest, policing, prosecution, and seizures. Cannabis users must rely on entirely illicit markets. The illegal state scenario is, here's some pros for prohibition, guys. Reduced legal access. The barrier to obtaining cannabis is high. In principle, fewer people, especially casual or impulsive users, might try it. Particularly, a risk of enforcement is real. It may deter initiation especially among youth or occasional users. There's no formal legal infrastructure, so the state does no longer have to manage regulation, enforcement, cost of a legal market, oversight, product testing, licensing, etc. No state liability for negative outcomes from a legal market, though illicit harms still exist. Zero direct tax policy risk or misuse. No consumer protections. We're going to jump into the cons real quick, guys. So no consumer protections. Products from the illicit market may be unsafe, untested, impure, mislabeled, altered, or inconsistent potency. Users have no recourse to regulated labeling, safety standards, or recall mechanisms. High enforcement costs and criminal justice burdens. Okay? A substantial share of police, courts, and prisons may be devoted to cannabis-related arrests and prosecutions. The disproportionate impact on marginalized communities, criminal records, collateral consequences, i.e. employment and housing. Social and fiscal costs of maintaining probation, policing, jailing, prosecution is non-trivial. Even under prohibition, demand persists. So, let's talk about that for a minute. Even under prohibition with alcohol, demand for alcohol still exists. The black market just developed, correct? Thank you, Betty. Absolutely. It was imported from Mexico, from Canada, made in somebody's back 40 acres, ran by the Duke brothers. I mean, let's be for real. The demand increases when you tell people they can't have something. I mean, I know if you tell me I can't have an entire bar of chocolate, I'm more likely to eat the motherfucker entirely than to have a piece of it. You know what I mean? If I told you you could not have an entire chocolate cake, what are you going to do? Hey, quit picking on people because you don't like that he stole your bottle. Quit being an ass. Here's another thought process, guys. Because illicit sellers aren't taxed or regulated, there's an incentive for underground actors to undercut or evade enforcement. The state forfeits potential tax income and economic stimulus from cultivation, retail, and ancillary industries. No legitimate business growth in cannabis sectors, fewest jobs, lower commerce. Research obstacles. Let's talk about the fact that because it's illegal, it's harder to conduct systematic research, monitor population health, and gather data under controlled settings. Inequity in enforcement and social justice harms. The burdens of prohibition tend to fall more heavily on communities of color, low-income populations, and historically over-policed areas. So prohibition is not costless. It trades off some deterrence and moral signaling for significant social, economic, and public health downsides. Now let's take a look at Colorado, guys, a fully legal state. One of the U.S. pioneer states in legalizing both medical and recreational cannabis. Let's see how some of those trade-offs have manifested. Key facts and timelines. Medical cannabis has been legal in Colorado since 2000. Amendment 64 passed in 2012, making possession and regulation for adult recreational use legal. Retail sales began January 1st of 2014. Locations in Colorado retain authority by local option to ban retail shops in their jurisdiction. So what that means is, baby, referendum on shops in a town still, Canyon City.
Yes, Colorado's.
No, they just got theirs. They're no longer medical-only shops.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. They just passed the referendum to allow recreational.
I understand this, but they're still fucking holding on to it.
But here's the thing, okay? So in Colorado, within Colorado, each city has a right not to issue business licenses to a recreational pot dispensary.
Yes.
Therefore, maintaining the city and county's control over what businesses they feel are appropriate for their communities.
Yes.
Okay? That's a big key fact I want to point out in this. All right, let's look at Colorado's pros for legalization. Colorado generated significant tax revenue, i.e. $135.1 million in marijuana taxes and fees in 2015 alone. Okay?
That was 1 year.
That was 10 years ago. That was literally 10 years ago.
1 year after they
1 year after legalization and rec sales began. $1.35.1 million generated in tax revenue.
I thought we were way higher than that.
No, that was just that 1 year.
I thought we were way higher than that.
2014 was $263 million in tax revenue.
That's right. That sounds right.
Some studies correlate cannabis revenue growth with small increases in home values. For instance, in Denver, a 10% increase in recreational marijuana revenue was statistically associated with a 0.021 increase in home prices 6 months later. The state's GDP showed accelerated growth years after legalization. There's positive growth beyond the national average for Colorado even to this day. Arrests for marijuana possessions dropped dramatically from 2012 when we decriminalized and legalized to 2019. 71% have fallen for criminal possession of any substance.
Damn.
Juvenile cases have declined, though only modestly, I'm going to be honest. Kids are still going to smoke pot. You did, I did, we all fucking did. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Local bans limited proliferation of retail in many municipalities, so not all places in Colorado have dense dispensaries. It was a cautious developmental approach. Shift from the illegal market and regulated access. Legalization removed some demand from the black market, bringing some portion of cannabis trade into regulated channels with testing, labeling, and licensing. The regulated market offers consumer protections, though not perfectly, that a prohibition system lacks. Some studies suggest that although usage increased, many feared social ills, i.e. DUIs, crime spirals, did not materialize to the worst predicted extent. For example, crime and DUIs did not explode in the early years per research. The CU research on twins compared people in legalized and non-legalized states and found that legalization caused increased use, but not necessarily proportionally increases in behavior problems.
So you know what that means?
It means people were willing to admit
that
they
we're not
smoked pot.
fucking stupid.
No, so what it is the increased use, but not behavioral problems. Basically, what that is saying is that people were willing to finally put on the line that they smoked marijuana. The stigma was gone here in Colorado. Health-related systems. Marijuana. Okay, so here is the cons. Marijuana-related hospitalizations grew. Comparing 2013 to 2017, hospitalizations for marijuana-related incidences increased about 101%. Now, again, I want to point out
The factors of
there's
the
a
reasoning.
lot of factors going into that. Okay, A, you got a lot of dumb people ingesting cannabis for the first time and thinking they're God's gift to everything. Eating 150 milligrams of fucking chocolate, talking about I didn't feel nothing, and then eating another 150 milligrams. And some people's systems can't handle that, and they go into a freak out and they think they're going to die, so they run to the fucking hospital. You have dumbass young kids. We never went to the hospital. We just went and hid in our fucking room and freaked the fuck out until the high was gone.
Or had our friends there.
Who made it worse? Bro, you're looking weird. Bro, why is your face swelling? The fuck? The shit we used to do to each other.
It's kind of also like in that minor
Again, it also becomes acceptable to seek treatment for things like that when the stigma itself is gone.
too much. Like the kid that was here in Colorado, or I think he was here in Colorado, he was at a dorm and he was like on the second or third floor and he took a edible cookie and he jumped off his balcony or whatnot.
And for the next part of this conversation, I also want to point out that when we talk about impaired driving and traffic safety, yes, these kids go to the hospital for it. These grown-ass adults freak the fuck out and go to the hospital for it. That's why it's increased. I also want to talk about traffic deaths involving drivers testing positive for marijuana more than doubled. Here's something I want to talk about that. The statistic that Matt leaves out in that is that it's not just marijuana they're testing for. Over 79% of any fatality crash involving someone who has tested positive for marijuana has also tested positive for alcohol or other opiate drugs. Or had a history of being a dumbass in a car. You get these dumbass kids who grab a joint, run out the door, and try to run around with their muscle cars mommy and daddy bought them, and they end up killing someone. That's not pot's fault. That's mommy's indulgent ass who bought him a $300,000 McLaren, okay? Let's be for fucking real. Use is increasing. Residents in legalized states use cannabis 24% more than in non-legalized states. Okay.
Will you say that one more time?
Residents in legalized states use cannabis 24% more than in non-legalized states. Of course we do.
Of course.
We have access to it.
We have easy access to it at that.
But I bet you if I were to compare the alcohol usage in a non-legal state compared to the alcohol usage in a completely legal state, you would find that while we smoke more weed, y'all pounding back motherfucking brewskis like it's goddamn frat party weekend on fucking Sorority Row.
That is true.
I mean, let's be real. Let's look at.
That is true.
Let's look at who came up with. Was it Wisconsin? Okay. Let's take a look at the average. How many alcohol related deaths in Wisconsin? So, alcohol related deaths in Wisconsin are 18.2 per 100,000 residents in the state of the Wisconsin. Thank you, Skylar. I really do too. So we're looking at an 18.2%. So 18.2 adults out of every 100,000 are dying in alcohol-related deaths. Now, let's look this cute little fact up. How many cannabis-related deaths in our
Colorado.
official figures are not yet available? However, in 2024, 87 total fatalities in the state of Colorado who involved a driver who tested positive for active Delta 9, not even fucking weed. And 33% of those 87 traffic facilities had multiple substances. That's crazy. So 33% of all of them had multiple drugs in their system. And then, honestly, they're only testing for active Delta 9 THC, which isn't actually proving that someone has THC in their system. So it looks a lot like the alcohol deaths are outranking the cannabis deaths even in fatality car accidents. I wonder why that is. So, I mean, the point of that whole conversation was the pros and cons. I feel, in my opinion, as somebody who uses cannabis to maintain my daily existence, that we absolutely need to be in a situation where cannabis and its uses are completely and utterly available to anyone who needs them. But I also do want to talk about the fact that it's not for everybody. Not everybody can smoke this or take this or eat this and be okay. You have to know your own body. But I do know that anyone and everyone who gets behind the wheel after drinking has a real good chance of causing a fatality accident.
I love how they tried to compare the difference between a downer of alcohol, which is a depression.
It's a depressant, and actually THC is neither a depressant nor a stimulant. It can be both depending on what strain you're dealing with.
And that's the difference. Like,
I can't get a sativa alcohol to help me wake the fuck up in the morning and make my life a little easier to deal with, but I can get sativa weed that'll help me feel a little more energized.
That's the difference.
I mean, let's be real about it.
That's the big difference.
And Hood Mom, you wanted to talk about self-esteem and body dysmorphia as well. Let's jump into that real quick. Alright, today we're going to talk about one that hits home for a lot of people. Self-image and body dysmorphia. We're going to talk about what it really means to struggle with how you see yourself, why it's not just about mirrors and selfies, and how to start healing. I only mess with sativa or hybrid. I can't do an indica. It'll put me in the ground.
We do hybrids. 60-40 or 40-60.
Are those crackheaded bitches still alive?
Probably.
No, she's off finally. Teresa will be live soon, I bet. Morning, Woodruff. Speaking of dabs, I need to run to the store this morning if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, and if you guys really want to motherfucking watch somebody that's out there in left fucking field, go watch motherfucking Sarah Kendall.
No?
Sarah Kendall.
Who the hell is that?
Dude, she is out there in left fucking field, yo. Bad. Bad, dude. It's bad.
Devin over here falling in wormholes we shouldn't fall in. I don't think any of you should listen to him, let's be real.
I mean, please don't, because if once you fucking fall in, you fucking fall in.
He said once you start, you're fucking stuck.
I'm telling you, I was stuck for like an hour and a half watching this chick, and she's just out there in left fucking field, yo. I kind of feel bad. So, the video that I was watching, so this chick is up. You know how a lot of people go to a restaurant and they fucking eat and they fucking do a live while they're eating? Well, she does the exact same thing, but instead of going in somewhere and having money, she'll go on there and fucking order food without the money and then actually tell everybody, like, on her live, I'm not gonna pay for this, I'm just gonna walk out, So people on the internet are actually calling in the fucking business and, like, telling the business owner, like, hey, this lady's right about to fucking just walk out and just die in a ditch on you. And they caught her up, and now she's all bitching, like, you better send me $20, you fucking motherfuckers, like, forcing her fucking followers to send her $20 because she wanted to go in here and eat a fucking $20 thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Sorry guys, I saw her and I was like, yeah, this one says she picked up a rando outside of McDonald's at 2 a.m.
Devin and his wormholes, you all. What time is it? Your game's on and you're playing the Jets.
I know it's an early game, I don't know why.
I don't know either, but I don't. Hold on.
Okay, I got it. What do you want it?
Sorry guys, give me a second. Is it not? And do we not get it? I should have it on Paramount.
No, we don't get on Paramount on local channels.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
What?
That I don't get it.
You get on local news.
I don't think we get it on local channels either.
We will.
Let me see.
4 or 9.
one thing I hate about Roku channels.
You know, you can go to recent and then go to the actual local channels and then go back to the guide. So at least you're in the local channels.
No, I did not. I was already down here though. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. He said, Garden wants to know what Sarah's ad is. You might have to fix the thingy. Can you fix the thingy? I moved it to fix the thingy and then I never put it back.
The what?
The thingy.
The thingy?
The thingy.
What thingy?
The antenna thingy. Thank you. There you go. You have to pull it out more if you want to twist it anymore. But I think I can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to, but I can. Thank you.
Her thing is just Sarah Kendall.
Kendel.
SARAKENDALL.
Okay.
She's a kind of heavy set blonde chick.
Oh dear Lord.
It's wild, dude.
He said Sarah Kendall's her at. It's just Sarah Kendall. Look her up, I guess. I don't know. That's what Devin just did, and now I'm stuck listening to it. Garden says, thanks, Devin.
Welcome.
You may not be saying thank you soon. What are you guys up to today? Who's got a good Sunday going? We know Kryptonite probably already prepping Sunday dinner.
The fuck was that? Illinois is right about to pop off. You better say bye-bye to Illinois. Because Illinois is right about to flip out. And that was today? Today? Oh, yesterday. Oh yeah, they're gonna freak out there.
I didn't fucking do it.
Can't believe you're so unscared.
In life and in business. The goal often move. But at Accenture, we say game on. Because whatever goal you're heading for, together, we'll get there.
Yay! So what I'm hearing is at 4 o'clock it'll be wine o'clock. I'm just saying.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation. That's
26.
Doctor. Attorney. And now, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
I really like how it turned out. I think it's going to be closer to this color because this part's already drying. This is still wet. I'm hoping the top stays just a little bit darker though.
It's never out of sight.
Alright guys, let me jump off of here. I will see you guys a little bit later. I got some things to take care of. I love y'all. Bye.